Good morning. Good morning. I saw this article today. Number of realtors hits new record high in 2021. And so I wanted to jump on and talk about it and kind of give you my thoughts. And so this is an article on Inman, again, kind of addressing the fact that in 2021, we've had more agents join the industry than ever before. And we have the highest number of agents than ever before. And you can kind of see the subheadline for the third year straight, NAR membership hits an all time high, likely propelled by a blistering hot housing market. Among the 50 US states, Georgia saw the biggest percentage increase. And so this is a fantastic article by Inman. And if you haven't read it, I would go check it out. But it basically talks about how just that, right? We've had more agents join the business than ever before. And so I actually pulled up the National Association of Realtors membership report because I wanted to dive in, right? As I wanted to kind of see what the numbers look like. And what I think is really interesting about these reports is you can actually go to the historical report and you can see how many realtors have been in the business basically back all the way since 1908. And so if you look at this, you can see it's kind of fun to look at. In 1908, there were 20 associations and 1,600 realtors. Now, it's important to know that realtors isn't the only designation, and it doesn't mean all of the licensees that have their real estate license in any given state, right? So there's a chunk of agents who have their license that aren't a part of the National Association of Realtors. But looking at kind of the NAR membership, I think is still fun. And so you can see, numbers grow through the 20s and 30s and 40s and 50s and 60s. And what's I think the most interesting, and we'll jump up here to 2021, right, is just that we have now over 1.5 million realtors in the US. And that number has, in fact, gone up. Now, if you look at these numbers and you kind of scroll back, you can see that these numbers hit a trend. And so, very similarly, back when the last housing boom happened, right, in 2003, 2004, 2005, that membership increased then as well. So 2004, 1.1 million realtors, 2005, 1.2, 2006, 1.3, 2007, 1.3. This is where the market started to kind of take a turn. And guess what? The number of realtors started to go down, right? From 1.3 to 1.1 to 1.1 to a million. And it got all the way down to just under a million in 2012. So why does this happen? Well, it happens because agents, when it's a tougher market, end up getting out of the business. They let their license relapse. They decide they don't want to pay for the NAR dues and the MLS dues, and maybe they're not having success in real estate anymore. And so that membership goes down. And then inevitably, when the market starts to pick back up, we see these numbers increase. So again, 2016, 1.2, 1.3, 1.3, 1.4. And here in 2021, we've hit 1.5. And so what does that mean for you and your business? Well, I don't think it changes a ton. I think it's good to know that agents are entering the business because that is a sign that we are in a good real estate market. And so is there going to be more competition for you as a real estate agent? Yes, but there's always been a ton of competition. You've always competed with, your client's cousin who has their real estate license. So, competition is great, but for the agents that really stand out, that know their market, that know their contract, that are knowledgeable, that provide value, I don't think they're going to have any more issues today getting clients than they have in the last 10 or 15 years, right? It's just kind of that progression of things. Now, the other question is, why do we have more agents now than ever before? And the Inman article doesn't really touch on that. They kind of ask NAR for an opinion, and NAR doesn't really have one. And my opinion is it's a few things. I think we're seeing more agents now than ever before because I think entrepreneurship is cool now. We see people like Gary Vee and some of these other influencers, and they've really kind of propped up with social media how fun or cool it looks to be an entrepreneur. In a lot of ways, being a real estate agent is the easiest way or one of the easiest ways to start your own business. The other big trend that I think we're seeing is people getting into the business younger and younger. So, I know I got into real estate when I was 18, but I was one of the only people that I knew that had actually gotten into the business so young. It wasn't cool to do that back in 2008 and 2009. Now, with the rise of TikTok and Instagram, and we see videos about investments and wholesaling and doing Airbnb and doing Airbnb arbitrage and all these things, ways for young people to make money as an entrepreneur. Well, a lot of those things are naturally tied to real estate. So I think getting a real estate license is a natural step for those people who are interested in kind of the entrepreneurship path and have a lot more confidence doing it at a younger age, at 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, than they ever did before. So I'm not sure we're going to see, obviously, we'll see this number go down if the market starts to turn in the next 5 years. But I think it's more commonplace for people to have their real estate license. They can take their classes online. They don't have to go into a school. So it's easier to get the license. More people are getting it because it's more socially acceptable to become an entrepreneur. And I think a lot more younger people are getting into the business simply because they like the flexibility and the freedom that they think selling real estate provides. So I just thought this was a really interesting port. Wanted to jump on. We got the new background here, so wanted to jump on live. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think about being at an all-time high in terms of number of real estate agents? What do you think about the competition that means? And do you think this number will ever go down in the next 3 to 5 years? Drop a comment below, and I'll catch you on the next one.